Fisherman's Oath. More fish, more often.
Hey everyone, this is Gary of Fisherman's Post, and I've got great news for you. We are finally in a position, after a 2-year hiatus, to bring our popular saltwater podcast series back. That's right. Starting on May 9th, we are returning to releasing a podcast. Now, we're not going to be able to do it weekly, so we're going to be doing it bi-weekly this year, every other Thursday. Starting Thursday, May 9th, we can release a new podcast. And that podcast is going to look very similar to the podcast that you were fond of from a couple of years ago. Format, guests, questions, full of useful and practical and functional how-to information. But the podcast does have one new look, and that's a new co-host. I'm going to ask you to please welcome David Harden of Harden Creative Media, making this new project possible. We're very excited about it. And again, going to be starting soon. There's also a couple of new announcements associated with the podcast release, a couple of additional features we're doing. And that would be, one, we want to reward our membership. Those of you paying attention might know that we have weekly inshore fishing reports for a membership basis. And to give those members more value, I'm going to be giving those members early access to these podcasts. So if you're a member of the weekly inshore fishing reports and forecasts, you're going to have access to these podcasts a full week earlier than we release them to the public traditionally on YouTube and our audio platforms. So if you've been thinking about joining those weekly inshore fishing reports, this might be the push you need to join. But wait, there's more. In addition, we're also going to be featuring to the membership behind the paid wall some bonus content. So this year, when we finish up with the captain, when we finish the regular podcast, we're going to film about an extra 10 minutes of dialogue with him following the podcast, where the captain might say something he forgot to say. I might ask a question, but in large part, it's going to be fueled by my co-host, David Harden. He's going to ask questions that he would have asked the captain had he been sitting in my seat, had he been controlling the interview. So again, early releases, bonus content offered only to our members, and that's the weekly inshore fishing reports and forecast membership offered on www.fishermanspost.com. Very excited. And then one last note, this return of the podcast is thanks to our main sponsor, our forever sponsor, and that would be Marine Warehouse Center. They're picking up right where they left off. And we've already added a new sponsor that we're very grateful for, and that would be Port City Signs and Graphics right here in Wilmington. And, so stay tuned. Love talking to these guys. It seemed like you enjoyed the podcast, and it's going to be, again, full of fishing information.